lovelies, it's Miss Lady Lace here, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing body image and confidence. Since I began my journey, confidence and body image have been things that are so important to me. For many years I've been teaching confidence classes to help others unlock their inner pinup goddess. While I class myself as someone who is very fortunate with my body and my health, I've definitely had my fair share of confidence and body image issues. Especially as I began my pinup and burlesque journey, I really pushed myself outside my comfort zone, and it led me to challenge my negativities and start becoming a more positive person. I thought it would be a fabulous idea to share some of the issues I've had with my body and ways that I've helped improve the way I view myself. So here are a few things that I used to absolutely hate about my body and 3 tips on how to work on your own self-confidence. My first big body hang-up is my nose. I do have quite a large nose, which is quite broad, and when I was growing up I saw a lot of traditional beauty standards that portrayed quite a thin, petite nose, with many celebrities and models getting plastic surgery to suit this specific look. My second body hang-up is that I'm a very muscular person. You may not notice completely in my videos so much, but I do build muscle really easily. I've always been someone who's very muscular in build, especially in my legs. I have always done dance and other activities that have really strengthened those areas. My thighs have always touched, and I felt I didn't fit the mold of what traditional beauty had portrayed. There are many other challenges I face with my body image. I do have smaller breasts, I have skin imperfections, and all of these things have affected me and I've had to work through to become the best version of myself. How I began to work on my confidence and other confidence issues was starting with the key to all confidence. In my opinion, this is understanding and being able to identify negative thought patterns and replacing them instead with positive thoughts. To actually apply this can be quite difficult and will take quite a lot of work to get to a point where you really become a lot more happier with yourself. We've now come to the exciting part of our video where I'm going to give you 3 tips to help work on your own confidence. Tip number 1 is what makes you unique is what makes you beautiful. If we looked exactly like whoever our beauty idol is, life would be pretty boring. We'd all act the same, dress the same, look the same, and did all the same things. Life would be pretty boring. Comparing this back to myself, my nose is a feature that makes me different, and this is what really defines me as beautiful. It's time to stop seeing these differences as something that's deemed unattractive and really celebrating them for just how beautiful they are. Tip number 2 is comparison is the thief of joy. From a very young age, in many media forms, we've been taught to compare ourselves to others. We've been taught how to look like someone, how to dress like someone, and so many other things that just are very negative in our lives. When we compare ourselves to others, we don't completely notice, but there's a lot of negative self-talk that happens. We're telling ourselves that someone else is so much more amazing than us and we're not as good as them. And this is simply not the case. Instead of this negative thought pattern, we can identify the way we're thinking, we can appreciate someone else's beauty, but we can also understand how much self-worth we have at the same time. We can all be beautiful blooming flowers together without having to pull ourselves or someone else down. Tip number 3 is focus on what you love about yourself. Quite often when we look in the mirror, we focus on all our negative attributes. We focus on our big thighs, our big nose, or whatever else our body hang-ups are. Whatever our fault is, we make that the biggest part of ourselves. Eventually when we look in the mirror, that's all we see. We reduce ourselves down to not being very attractive, not having much self-worth, and this is truly sad to see. We do have the power to change this though. I want to challenge you to every day look in the mirror and say things that you love about yourself. Focus on the things that you think are beautiful. If you do have really low self-confidence at this point, you may not see much, and this is where we can implement the fake it till you make it way of thinking. So pick out things you love, and even if you don't believe it now, tell yourself you're beautiful, tell yourself that you're worth it. As funny as it sounds, eventually you believe this. If you tell yourself every day, one day this will become your reality rather than the negativities that are in your life. When it comes to confidence issues, unfortunately there's not a magical pill which will fix all the issues that you've been having. It takes a lot of hard work to apply these changes and then have the ability to maintain them. Even when we reach our goal of being a more positive, confident and kind person, we'll still have bad days that bring us down. We might just have a bad instance that happens, we might receive a bad comment, or something else might happen in our lives that really affects the way we think. It's important to not be too hard on ourselves. We're not perfect. We'll definitely still have these days where we become a little bit more negative. In this situation, we want to appreciate what's going on, identify the negative thought patterns, and then try and reapply that positive way of thinking. I could honestly spend hours talking about confidence and body image because it's something that I'm so passionate about sharing with others, and I'll be definitely following up this video with more posts very soon. In the comments below, I would absolutely love to hear about your own self-love journey. This is of course if you're comfortable sharing this. You can share your growth, your struggles, and we can chat about it, or you can share what you love about your own body and confidence in the comments and we can celebrate this together. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been an absolute pleasure creating this for all of you. I love you all so much and can't thank you enough for supporting my channel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all my vintage fun, and I'll be seeing you all real soon.